Hi everybody, welcome to Whisky Mystery. I'm Phil.
I'm Deepa.
And Whisky Mystery is, of course, our blind tasting series. We're up to 93, but there's still about 100 and something on the shelf. So that means we're blind tasting our way through 200 whiskies. We will spend the next 12 minutes tasting and nosing and trying to make some sense of it, and then we'll rank it on our shelf from best to worst, or maybe it won't make it on the shelf. Hope everyone is doing well. Shall we pour something? It's going to be difficult unless we pour something. Over to the glass cam. Today's bottle was picked by Bishop Burnboy for his friend Stan. And that is some dark red stuff. And what does that mean? If it's dark like that? It's not Scotch, is it?
It's not Scottish.
It's not Scottish. Unless Scottish has changed radically recently. Let's add a bunch of water. We'll drown one for the sake of science. And we'll have a little nose, and then we'll start doing some ABV guessing.
Empty glass.
Okay, you're doing the empty glass. Oh, I haven't got an empty glass. We do find this really useful to, but oh no, we didn't do legs. Hang on, let's go back. Let's go back to close-up cam. Let's see if we can see any legs. Yeah, pretty thick there. They're hanging onto that glass, aren't they? So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that's right. I was going to say, this is really useful when we pour the empty glass, because then this one that just has the alcohol coating really gives a strong vaporization.
It is very, very American.
Very American. We're in the land of bourbon. And what does that mean? It means we're not that happy.
Sorry.
I don't know if we're ever going to be convinced.
I mean, we tried our best.
We tried quite hard yesterday.
I'm getting a touch of charred toast.
Charred toast. It's quite dusty. Quite a dusty nose, isn't it? It's like dusty vanilla and dusty chocolate.
And it's actually quite grassy, I swear.
Grassy as well. Does that mean, is rye grassy? I know all bourbon has some rye in, typically, I think.
It's one, the creamy.
It's got all the sweet things you would expect, the vanilla, chocolate powder, but it's as if you're in a bit of a dust storm or a dusty barn at the same time. Okay, I'm going to...
A baked apple, but of chocolate powder.
Baked apples.
Of chocolate powder.
Not baked, fresh apples or baked apples? There's something a bit green in there. Do you get cloudiness in a bourbon? Why do you get cloudiness in Scotch but not in a bourbon? I guess because it's not filtered, is it? I haven't quite understood that. Right.
I've got a drop of water.
Yeah, there's a drop of water in yours. I haven't put a drop of water in mine. Actually, I just wanted to do full strength. Nose. Oh. Right, we'll come back to ABV in a minute. Let's drink the one which has 50% water.
Of grass.
It is. It's quite woody, grassy. It's nowhere near as sweet vanilla as I would expect from the nose.
It's actually I like it.
Are you getting anything?
That stuff, herbal water.
Herbal water. When I went back to nose that glass, I'm getting a slight perfume soap now. We always say that, don't we?
Sorry.
The perfume, but there's a little bit of soapiness going on.
And also a new plastic.
New plastic, that's maybe the same thing. Okay, ABV, then we can have a little guess at the spreadsheet, right? Where's my shaker? Is it a super high? Well, those are pretty big bubbles. 48, let's see. How does it look compared to 48? Looks like it could be higher. 50. How does that look? Maybe a touch less.
48, 50.
Let's try 56 just to see. Yeah, I don't think it's super high. It's not one of those 60%ers, is it? Is that full strength? How strong does it taste?
It's quite strong. So I would just 50 or maybe higher.
Oh,
50, 55.
quite.
It's not fry.
Yeah. It is drying. A little bit of the aniseed licorice coming in. Is that the rye bit?
And now I'm getting grass. It's a stick of earth.
Right. Let's have a look at the spreadsheet for a minute. So we're thinking it's going to be around the 50 mark. And we don't have many bourbons in here. Or ryes or whatever. So I think it's only going to be these ones which are orange.
At the finish was shot.
Hey Sean, I think I saw Sean was in. Could be one of yours, Sean. Lot 40 cask strength. I don't think it's as high as 58, and I don't think it's anywhere near Elijah Craig. I think we're about here. Ooh, there's a helicopter flying by outside.
It can be soccer.
I don't want any more. Let's do some comparisons. Right. It is a bit grassy, isn't it? What else was grassy? I thought Colonel Taylor was grassy as well.
Yes. I even put forth try. Reserve.
Okay, what? Let's...
Fine, nice, soft, finish. Stuff almost leathery chocolate powder finish.
Leathery chocolate powder.
That's
Let's try the Colonel Taylor.
On the grassy side.
Compared to the small batch, this is 50% as well. Right? Colonel Taylor small batch.
And does it have any rye in it?
I think they all have a little bit of rye.
Okay.
But they all... And if it's a rye, it might have a lot of rye. Okay, better or worse? Oh, that is quite grassy. That's...
I asked more. Just because I asked more. I need it.
More honey?
And it's stuff more divine.
But it is quite grassy as well.
Yes.
If you like this more, this one is already not on the shelf.
Oops.
What about the rye side of things? This is only 45%. This is Woodford Reserve. Yeah, it's a straight rye.
There's some
Yeah, it's from testing yesterday. Is that better or worse? I don't mind if Deepa grabs the glass early this time.
Oh, it's very, very grassy. It's almost the but it's I like it. I prefer that more.
Oh, so well, that one's not on the shelf either. So we're talking about.
I'm coming back with it.
Okay, let's go again. quite a bit of pepper to it as well. There is a spice. It's got a bit of a bite in there, hasn't it?
Maybe because we are at the beginning.
I can feel my facial expression. Okay, what did I paint? I painted something like this, but like it's got these dusty chocolate notes and dusty corn notes, but there is also something slightly chemical, if that makes sense. It's a little bit like soap, but maybe that's that perfume soap thing that we always seem to complain about.
At least there's done too much of perfume at the other.
Not too much. Oh.
Getting grass.
But the more I taste, the more I'm not liking it. Because
the first
yeah, the initial sip is good.
Speaking, but with every dip, it becomes more accurate.
It's almost like the components of the taste that I don't like build up every time I have a second sip. I taste those bits more, and those bits are like in the second half. It's more of that perfumey, soapy, aniseed type of thing. Well, the spreadsheet isn't giving us too many choices, is it? Where were we? Because I think it's going to be one of these two. I think they're both from you, Sean. So that means
10 years or 50 years.
Now these are both 250ml samples. So I think it's Old Ezra Brooks.
I think we need the help.
Or it's Rebel Yell. Let's go to the chat and see what people are thinking. Chat. Here we go. How's everyone doing? Let me say hello. Why don't I say hello to a few people? I'm going to scroll back up. Anuj is in. Brothers of the Dram. Petehead. Donner Pass. All the early folk are in. Aquami. Jimmy T. Hey, Greg's Whiskey Guide is in as well. Hey, Sean Carroll. Who else? Moronic. Flying Hussar. Graham Fraser. Yes, evening everybody. Okay, let me jump down. Oh, is Whiskey Jason in as well? Sean Zeng, you are in. You're going to guess it's your own Ezra 15. I think that might be the earlier.
That 40 is what ABV.
Oh, Melissa's in as well. ABV, we're thinking 50. Okay, let's just get it over with.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
What is the ABV? It starts with a 5. It does say 50. Now, that could be 49.7 or 50 point something. It is a 50. It's got to be one of those two, hasn't it? So we really have a 1 in 2 chance here. Brothers of the Dram could be the High West, but I think that was a lower ABV, 49 point something.
Yeah, sure.
Well, it's one of these two, isn't it? What should we be looking for to make the choice between these two? Donna Pass is saying, just got a sample of the Colonel Taylor. Nice bourbon. Nice.
I'm getting anise. So therefore,
I am. I'm getting anise. That's that grassiness, I think, that we're talking about. Let's see. Like that Woodford Rye more than the bourbon, Donna Pass is saying. Yeah, it's actually quite good, that Woodford Rye. But not good enough for the shelf. Let me scroll down. Where are we up to? Hey, Falsgraph is in. Samuel Cast is in as well. I'm looking for people's guesses. The Rebel Yell uses wheat instead of rye as its secondary grain. Oh, so it's a wheated Rebel Yell. We tried.
It's
quite bitey. It's not soft.
But it's definitely thick.
Right.
Creamy.
Could it be 15 years old though?
It's very, yeah, I was 10.
All right.
Oh, 15.
No, that's this one. So you're going for Rebel Yell 10. I'm going to go for Ezra. Right, get your guesses in. Oh, grassy equals wheat. Is it? Whatever. Are we ready for the reveal? Here we go. Hang on. Let me hit that again. Okay, the reveal. It's 50%. It's a 10-year-old. It's about $80. It's from Kentucky. And it is Rebel Yell. It's only a paper bottle, so it doesn't matter. That means yet another set of fireworks for Deepa. And you get this as a prize. Well, who got that? Hey, Jules. Just arrived. There's a few more bourbons in the blind tasting, isn't there?
Two more.
That's the chat. Where's our... No, there's more than that. Because we have some lower ones. Buffalo Trace, Elijah Craig 18, Elmer T. Lee. High West, which is a mixture, so that's not really... Then we'll have one more there. Oh, there's still about another 7 to go.
7.
And where's it going on the shelf? It's not going on the shelf. And I guess we have a little bit of a confession.
About 3.
We'll talk about the shelf in a minute. Like, we had other things, right? Where are they all? I pulled up everything we could find yesterday. No, that's Blanton straight from the barrel. So we got Weller 12, Little Book, Old Fitzgerald 9 year, Weller Antique 107, Wild Turkey Decades. That's Jack Daniels. We've had that before. Shall I just move this out the way now? I could. I'll put it off to the side here. And we were sort of going through thinking, okay, well, maybe some of these would be better. Which should be better? Would anyone like to say? Weller, like, isn't Weller a wheated bourbon? Am I getting that right? Old Fitzgerald, Little Book. Well, so actually, hang on. What was the last one? What was it? Rebel Yell. Is wheated? I can't remember.
Yeah, that's one. Grassy is wheat.
Okay, Weller. We got 2 Wellers. Weller 12. Let's have a little taste of Weller 12.
That's a wheat.
Well, I think so. But it's supposed to be good. But it's still bourbony. Okay, that's definitely kind of softer. That's almost sort of like a blended whiskey versus a strong single malt. The way everything... It's a bit more like a compass box, you know, where things have been softened.
And it's the flavour a bit more crispy.
Bit more crispy?
This one is of a blurry.
I was thinking the opposite. I thought this was a bit bitey and harsh compared to the Weller 12.
The flavour is a very blurry flavour. Yeah, the flavour are more crispy.
And I have the opposite. Like, this feels like they're all merged together into a nice round thing. Yeah. And these feel like they're separate and bitey and a little harsh on the edges. We'll have another sip. Oh, it's the second half.
It's not bad.
We're not good bourbon people, are we? Right, let me go to the chat again. See what everyone is making.
Any mixture? There's no mixture.
There's no mixtures. We do not have any mixtures. Let's see. Who likes bourbon? Whiskey Jason. Politically incorrect name in the year 2020. Oh, what was the politically incorrect bit? I can tell you we called this one soapy orange rind. RY10 is excellent. I think Sean got it. Did you get it, Sean? Okay, Sean. That's funny because isn't this actually your whiskey, Sean? That we traded? We traded some good scotch for, Deepa was saying. Sean, some fireworks for you.
It's what you give us.
Oh no, hang on, which Sean are we talking about? Sean Carroll was first. Sean Zeng. It's Sean Zeng's whiskey, I think. I'll have to double check. Oh well, they're probably on the bottle. If I tear this off. Oh, tape's got stuck. Because it will have the... Yes. Oh. It says Sean, Sean on the bottle. Well, I guess there's some kind of good news that we've only got this much left. I think on Tuesday we're going to have a bourbon giveaway. More bourbons for the shelf. More bourbons not going on the shelf. Let's see. Sean is saying you can give me more bourbons. I might have to return some. Okay, compared to Weller 12, I think we did just do that, didn't we? Weller is wheated. Okay, catching up on the chat. I like bourbon occasionally, Bishop Burnboy. What's the occasion? Falsgraf. On bourbon, I'm sadly with you. I do have my problems with anything not malt. I feel slightly bad because I always feel like I'm saying the kind of thing that people say about whiskey, which I disagree with, where people say, oh, it just all tastes the same, I don't like whiskey. I feel like I'm saying, it just all tastes the same, I just don't like bourbon. And I know that's unfair because it just means that I've not adjusted or learnt, but it does all just taste the same and I don't like bourbon. Do you think you like it more than me?
No. I think because I prefer savoury, it's too sweet.
That's true. If anything, the sweeter side of bourbon would be more to my palate, wouldn't it, than to yours?
That's what I would first try.
Brothers the Dram getting back to work. Oh, what a shame. Bishop Burnboy. Heels, please. You could have more than heels, Bishop Burnboy. Greg's Whiskey Guide. What do you do with those blind samples when the show is over? Well, normally we have full bottles, you know, things like all of this stuff. They're all kept downstairs in the garage. Just that we have traded quite a bit of whiskey with local folks, like the Sean's actually, where we might swap a 250 sample. But as you can see, maybe you can't see, but there's not very much left in there. So by the time we get through tasting it enough to do our blind tasting and reveal, we've probably drunk 150 ml to 200. So in this case, I was going to say there isn't going to be much left apart from the ones which aren't even in the blind tasting. And I'm not going to put them in. Let's keep reading. Donna Pass. Any plans to add more whiskey to the pool? Well, there are, I have to admit. So we have 110 or something on the shelf right now. There's 130 more bottles that could go in, and they will. So once this dips back down below 100 bottles, I'll dump in another 25 or so, I think.
And there will be Scottish.
And they're waiting. Yes, mostly. And they're waiting. Literally, we haven't tasted them. And there's things we bought in Scotland last year that we haven't tasted. Of course, because it's a blind tasting. Let's see what else. Sean Carroll, not a huge bourbon fan, but there are a few good ones. Okay, which one of these others should we taste? Can you see the lineup? Let's see. There's Old Ezra, Little Book, Weller 107. Weller 12 we did taste. Wild Turkey. Do you think any of those will persuade us? Hey, you know, I noticed last...
What about the name of the...
I noticed that the last 2 blind bottles were both Port Charlottes.
Yeah, I'm happy about that.
And when I look at the top 10... if I look at the top 10 rankings, we actually have MRC01, Port Charlotte, Port Charlotte Valinch, and then close by we have the other Port Charlotte Valinch. So our plus then we got the Bruichladdich Isle of Barleys. So we're a bit of a Bruichladdich fan set here, aren't we? Try the one.
Any guests got yet?
Not yet. Okay, let's try the 107. Let's try the 107. Weller 107. Better or worse? Okay, you go first. Weller 107. This is about a $70 bottle. Well, probably in California, it's probably a $170 bottle.
It's nice. It's beautifully integrated.
Oh, it's got quite a punch. That's 50%. That's much more tight spiciness in there, I thought. So is it just the corn that we're not liking the taste of?
And I'm getting anise.
Yeah. I think that might be the rye bit, or maybe that's the wheat bit.
I think not, but for me, it's quite nice. I try my best to like it.
Okay, wild turkey. Walter, one more.
That is why we are not going to have any more bourbons, because we are not very good ambassadors after the word.
We're not good ambassadors. Deepa likes to buy like special organic mumbo jumbo chocolate cheesecake something. And I said, let me have a taste of it. She said, no, it'll be wasted on you.
So I feel bad. That's what I mean. It's going to be better on us.
Yeah, I think bourbon is wasted on us, and we should let people who it won't be wasted on enjoy it instead of us. Okay, this is Wild Turkey Decades.
I feel bad for wasting it on ourselves.
Wild Turkey Decades LE. Not sure.
So it's about wasting it on ourselves.
A little bit softer. Less of that prickly bite.
It's grassy sweetness. But I noticed, this is why the previous stuff is more of a texture rather than flavor.
More of textures than flavors.
Similar. It's more of shrine flavors, more grassy, more sweet.
Yeah.
More corn, more coconut.
So the difference between them are just like small adjustments. It's not like you're going from, a Glen Grant to a Port Charlotte, where maybe that's part of our problem, that we've got used to these very broad,
it's easier to
flavor differences. All right, back to the chat for a little bit, and then we'll get Sean to pick a bottle.
And bourbon expert.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Personal taste is hard to predict and hard to change, Greg is saying. You don't like bourbon a lot either. Okay. Cinnamon Bomb. Yes, there's quite a lot of that going on as well. Melissa, you're a big bourbon fan, I know. And you're struggling with some of the Scotch flavours. I know that as well, like the Highland Park Dark Origins, those sort of dark sherry smoky flavours maybe. Have you liked it any more since, or is it still too weird? Let's see. Donna Pass, you might like the Joseph Magnus bourbon, finished in Oloroso PX and cognac casks. That might be the worst for us, Tim. Heavily sherried and a bourbon. Oh, Greg likes mumbo jumbo. What's the equivalent in French, Greg, of mumbo jumbo? You know, mumbo jumbo is sort of like made up science type of thing. I don't know what the French for mumbo jumbo is. Let's see. Oh, limited edition for the LE on that one. Yeah. Greg is saying, I predict your Ardmore 10 or 6.1 will show up in your top 10 eventually. It might do. The Samuel Cast, the Weller 12 is one we tried earlier. I think we did like it maybe a little more, but honestly not enough to buy another bottle. Ever. Maybe we should just keep these forever, and then we just keep going back and have a little
No, I mean, it's wasted on us.
Okay. Let's see. Falscrafts. Greg is saying to Falscraft, some say the bourbon's aromatic spectrum is less wide than Scotch, but the more I discover US whiskies, so not only bourbon and rye, the more I think this is wider than I think. Yeah. Okay. No French for mumbo jumbo?
Oh, but about the bitter new butter?
Yes. Sean. Let me get this out of the way. Top shelf, bottom shelf, deeper side, my side, middle.
And
if it's another bourbon, we're just going to pick a second bottle.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. About putting the name we have upon them.
Yeah, we'll do something. We're going to do some kind of giveaway. A couple of people had asked if we had a Patreon account. I said no, we don't do Patreon. And then quietly, I just set one up and didn't say anything. And it's only a $1 thing. And Too Slow joined our first Patreon. I said you have a very good chance of winning the Patreon giveaway on Tuesday. So we'll do one of those. A Patreon giveaway for Too Slow and a bourbon giveaway of some kind. Maybe both. Right, where are we? This is the first time I was in early enough to even make a guess, Sean is saying. Let's go in the middle section, middle shelf, back at the right. Middle, let's go. So this one.
The back right.
Back right, in here somewhere. Okay, Sean. This is going to be number 94. Sean C. Okay, if this is a bourbon. Here we go. What's it going to be for number 94? Okay, well it can't be a bourbon, can it? Can't be a bourbon. Surely not. I think we are. Oh, but not many bubbles hanging around. Ooh. Well. Oh, I forgot to do the pick thing. One day I'll get it right. So, not a bourbon. We will be back on Sunday to try this one. And thanks everyone for joining us.
Now I'm more comfortable soon.
You feel like you're back home? Oh, let's see. Petehead. Just search Mumbo Jumbo. Might be something. Licht. Oh, that's supposed to be French. I can't even say that. Anything close to that. Whisky Jason, no way. Have you joined? Only $1. Could be 40 ABV grade.
Very, very light.
So now you've got a 50-50 chance of winning some bourbon. Okay, people. We will see you on Sunday. 1 o'clock. Yeah, same time. Whatever 1 o'clock is for you. And, oh, that's better.